The Greens are our main adversaries. The Greens are the ones ruining Germany. The Greens want to ban the combustion engine, want to end coal mining. That's why we have to fight against the Greens. That is the main goal. It has to be the main goal in German Parliament as well. The CDU has gained nothing with its new leader. She lost, and they dropped to a really low level. The Social Democrats are finished as a mainstream party.
DW's Maximiliane Koschek joins us now. Maximiliane, the AfD leadership dismissed the mainstream parties as their enemy, focusing instead on the Greens. Why?
Well, of course, the far-right populist Alternative for Germany, AfD, has been considering themselves as the voice against the establishment in the last couple of years. They wanted to be the ones that actually make German people's voices heard in the political spectrum. And what we've seen in this election result of the European election is that the Greens have been speaking more to what the German people want to say. And of course, the AfD now blames the Greens for having created, supposedly, that's what the AfD says, a hysteria about climate policy. They think that the suggestions by the Green Party are unfunded and that the Greens are set out, and I quote, to ruin Germany by making climate protection their main goal in this upcoming circle of the European Parliament.
So are we looking at a further polarization on opposite sides of the political spectrum, as we've seen elsewhere?
Yes, of course. And we've seen this in Germany especially, but also across Europe, that we see further fragmentation, as it's called, of the political landscape. And in Germany, this has been most prominently documented in the 2017 national elections, when the AfD, the far-right populists, entered the German national parliament, the Bundestag. And we've had, for the first time, 6 parties in this parliament. But we've also seen this more and more across Europe. In Germany, it's particularly interesting because Germany was always one of those countries across Europe that had those central left and right strong national, mainstream parties, the so-called Volksparteien, the People's Parties, as they're called here in Germany. And those parties, especially Social Democrats and the Christian Democrats, have lost a lot here in the European election in Germany. But that's also something we've seen across Europe.
Let's now quickly take a listen to what the German Greens co-leader Robert Habeck had to say in a press conference earlier today.
We're not afraid of it being too much for us, not at all. But this is a clear mandate for us, and of course, trust has been placed in us. We have to live up to that, and we have to go beyond the usual political rituals and ensure that the broad political support we have can be translated into a clear political mandate for climate protection.
Maximiliane, back to you. The Greens are calling this a European victory for the climate. What concrete plans will they bring to the floor of the European Parliament to roll back the effects of climate change?
Yes, the German and the European Greens have been calling this European election a vote on climate, a climate vote. And we've seen them supporting a lot of those who've come out in the quest for forcing governments on more action on the climate policy. We've seen the Greens being very strongly behind those movements of young people across Europe. And here in Germany, the Fridays for Future movements, where young students have gone on a school strike to protest for more climate action. And what they want to do in the European Parliament especially, but also here in Germany, is to show that there needs to be more done, especially in terms of the Paris Climate Agreement. We've seen in Katowice at the last climate summit that happened in December 2018 that the nations who are part of this climate conference haven't delivered on more ambitious goals to end global warming and to cut the carbon emission. And the Greens here in Germany are very at the forefront of making that happen by asking also for Germany to exit the coal industries.
Maximiliane Koschek, thank you very much.